Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in again to the In All In podcast where the regular girlies have the real conversations. It's your girl Major Key.
It's your girl Champy.
And it's your girl Ash Nicole, and we are back with another episode. What's up, y'all?
Hey
Hey,
girlies.
y'all.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into this prayer so we can get into these
Yeah,
topics.
before we get hey, so everybody bow your head, close your eyes. God, we thank you again for giving us this opportunity on this new platform to be able to reach your people and just have a conversation. Thank you for continuing to allow us to grow, and we can't wait to see all the things that we're going to continue to do as we move to the second half of our year. And we appreciate everything you have done for us in our lives. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
That was good. Amen.
Yes, I feel
Okay, kid. You was prepared to pray today.
I
She said,
was
"This is
it.
what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say in the prayer today."
So let's.
But how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Y'all good?
I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling amazing.
Okay, period.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
I
gotta. What's
like
another word on top of amazing?
I
Like.
know.
Right.
It's the first week of break, and I just feel like I'm living a life that I'm supposed to be living right now. Like I've been going to the gym every day. Me and my man been having lunch, spontaneous dates. I've been chilling with my friends. So I just feel like summer is here, and I'm ready just to evolve into this new person. I don't know about y'all, but
Period, mamas. Love that for you.
Mm.
This is a new kid that's not at work. This is a new kid. She not stressed out. She
I,
happy. We love this kid. Period. How you feeling, Champy?
I'm feeling good. That's all I got.
That's it. She just feeling good,
Yeah,
y'all.
I'm feeling good. I'm happy that it's summer as well. I am fake on break. I'm working from home, but that really means I'm on break. Um, I go back in August, but I might have stumbled across being at another job during the summer, so we gonna see.
mm,
Period.
So yeah.
Keep one job and secure the next.
I love
Hmm.
That's it. That's all. But I'm good. I am off this weekend, so I'm excited about that. And the weather just give me like good vibes. Like I love the summer, so every day I wake up, I'll be excited because it's
That's
summertime.
what's up.
So, and my birthday is literally when this drops. So happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Key.
Yeah, shout
Um,
out to my favorite cancers.
it.
new year, new chapters. Last year my 20s, which is crazy. But yes, it's turning 29. We're grown. Like, wow.
Oh,
It
Right.
gives I got my AARP card.
hey,
But no, let's jump right into these topics, y'all. As I'm talking about entering the last year of my 20s. And the question is, when are you going to have a baby? From everybody. Does pregnancy hinder your life? Is the
mm,
question.
What
Mm.
you think? It's 29.
Think about
Niggas
it.
knocking on 29 doors and hindering now. Yes. What you
Hollering.
giving?
I mean, it's hard for me to say yes or no because I am not pregnant or don't have any children. But my outlook on that will probably be at my grown age. No, it wouldn't hinder anything. Because I feel like kids give you more motivation than you think you even have in your body. I think they give you a new reason to be alive, a new reason to reach the heights that you want to reach. Now, old me in college would be like, absolutely yes. A child would absolutely hinder you because it's just like you got so much more life to live, you got so many more things to see. And you can have a baby anytime. Like you could literally have a baby anytime. Like you don't have to have a baby right now. I won't say hinder. I feel like that's a harsh word. I would say maybe slow down. Some things it might make you have to wait it out or maybe make a big sacrifice like this or that. Yeah, that's my take on it. But at this age, no, I don't think it hinders anything.
what you feeling, champion?
I'm feeling yes. Very much. Like I feel like a child definitely will hinder me right now. Like I just graduated with my master's. I want to like flourish in my career, take some more vacations, like enjoy time with just me and my man before we add a bundle of joy to that. So I think right now it would hinder. like what I got going on. But shout out to those who are pregnant. It ain't gonna hinder you, boo.
Let's turn
It
it
might
positive. Let's turn
it
it
might
positive.
suit you, and that's good for you. But for me,
Yeah,
I'm good off of that right now.
yeah, it's
Um,
gonna
I
hinder
I
love
feel
me
it.
right
like
now.
I feel like pregnancy right now for me would hinder a lot of things just because granted, I make a lot of money, I make a lot of good money, but I like my money for me right now. And I would just feel like I would be taken away from me. I know that might sound a little selfish, but I
And it's
am
okay.
It really
I'm
do.
myself.
It don't matter. You could be selfish. You don't have no
Yeah.
kids. It's
Because I
okay.
feel like when you have a child, like, your money usually goes to the child more. And I just don't feel like right now I'm at that point. Like I want to spend on me. And I want my man to spend his money on me, on me, on me. And also I live in Philly now and my family is all in Jersey. So it'll be definitely hard to like here come watch the baby. Like I'm really gonna be with the baby most of the time. So I don't know about all that right now. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the idea of being a mommy.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say
can't
also like
wait.
when you talked about like how like oh you want to keep your money to yourself right now. I feel like that's all going to change when you're pregnant. I don't feel like I want to keep my money to myself right now. I just feel like I want to keep like a lot of like my time and youth to myself right now. And not
Yeah.
saying like baby take away your youth, but it also like grow you up. So
I was about to say it does.
it
You
don't
gotta
take
be a
away
big
all your
girl.
youth if you have a good support system, but it definitely makes you grow up a lot. So I don't think that I am particularly ready to have that I don't know, be in that situation, be in that predicament.
Yeah.
But if it happens, I'm definitely gonna embrace it. Um and yeah, like I feel like I'm not pushing for it to happen right now because I'm definitely still taking my birth control.
Period.
Um
Yo,
but
Really.
about this. Why my man talking about something? He think I need to get on birth control.
You've
and
been
you
needed to
do.
get on birth control.
I
I've been telling
If
know,
you
all of
on
y'all
here
that.
telling us that it's hindering you and you want your money and your man to yourself, then
I know. And we've
I'm
been
not telling you what to do with your body, but why not?
that's been with
That and
fire.
this is the same thing I was telling both of y'all. So don't Miss
What?
Champagne, so mature and so grown up now, was doing the same shit.
I think
Like,
I'm all
please.
that because I just got back on birth control.
Exactly. Like, please.
Yo,
Y'all
that's
like
crazy.
Kiera and scare y'all. Now you on that
Yeah.
birth
And
control.
everybody lately, and that's y'all done put the motivation. Y'all hit the motivation button for me. Like, let me just go get back on.
That is hilarious. But yeah, you might as well. I mean, we all know what come out of sex with no birth control. And you don't want that. So might want
Don't,
to go ahead and gauge. But
but y'all,
no, I don't know. I feel like people always say like I don't want no kids till they have it, and then like before you know it, they was meant to be a mom. Like I feel like that's Kiera.
Mhm.
Like she was meant to be a mom. Like she always was around the kids, loved the kids, everybody, Aunt Kiki, godmom, whatever. Like she really take care of the kids. So I feel like her finding out she was pregnant, she wanted to have a heart attack, but she's the best mom. So shout out to her. Um,
Yeah, shout out to her and Charlie. They're great moms.
they
So
are great mom.
they
Charlie got
be
the
doing the
patience,
damn thing.
bro. The patience that Charlie got, she just be laughing at stuff. I would be livid, like Blaze stay putting stuff in her drinks. He be wilding, like she just be like, whatever. Like I need that. I need that level of patience. Like, and Charlie always been chill too. So at the end of the day, she been in the house, she been inside, so she could be a mom too because she don't be outside. She be just chilling. But I don't know. I would love to be a mom. I just think I gotta do a couple more things before I be a mom. I want to go to Africa for my 30th, so
We all gonna always feel like we need to do a couple more
I
things
know.
Right.
But I'm
before we can
definitely
get
going to
pregnant.
Africa. I'm not pushing it back. That would definitely hinder my Africa trip. Like,
I think
period. So no.
I think for me, like pregnancy, low key scares me a little bit. And hear me out.
Okay.
Number one, I do not like the feeling of throwing up. I don't like being nauseous. So just
Say that.
knowing that the possibility that I'm gonna have to endure, I actually hate that part. Then on top of that, it's like the actual birthing part. I literally hate my menstrual cycle because my cramps are crazy, my back pain, everything is too much. And to know that that's intensified times 10 I'm just not interested in that part. Like that's the part they're
Yeah.
gonna see. Most of the people that been saying like, oh yeah, like I'm one and done. I ain't see because my men want like 3, 4, and I don't think I got 3, 4 in me. So I don't
I'm
know.
hollering.
I'm
That's the
definitely
thing
probably gonna be the
though.
one and done girly.
Yeah, me too. I think so. All I need is my son and I'm cool. I hope that we all have sons. That would be great. But nevertheless, what was I gonna say? Damn.
That's a lot of
Oh,
strength to be pushing out a baby and to be
right.
like going through all the symptoms of pregnancy. Like,
Right.
People
but
be
a lot of
saying
women
like
doing
they
it,
would do it all
so
over
you got
again.
it, kid.
People say that they would do it all over again. Like that's just a short little time frame compared to like what the end result is, which is the baby. So I don't know if people like have amnesia about like what they went through to get that baby here, but they all make it seem like I would do it all over again for you if I had to. And if it's that bad, then you would say I would never do that again. So it's like maybe it's not
Mhm.
that bad. Maybe it's bad in the moment, but like once you're looking back at it, it's like, all right, that really wasn't that bad.
That's how I be feeling when I'm on a
And
roller coaster. Like when I get on a roller coaster, I hate it. Like walking up to the roller coaster, I be hating it. Getting on it during the roller coaster, it be too much. But then once I get off, I be like, I actually kind of enjoyed it, but I could do that again. So maybe that's the thing. That's pregnancy.
The comparison is crazy. I'm crying.
I
Seriously.
feel like a lot of the time, like the reason why a lot of women have like babies is because like a lot of women we feel like that's our true potential. Like that's what's gonna make us feel fulfilled.
Yeah,
And
that's our life's mission.
yeah, I was talking to my man about it. Like we always ask our mom, like, why did you have us? It's because like they wanted to feel fulfilled. Like they wanted somebody that they can long and love for. So I guess like the pregnancy and like all that, like I guess that is a short amount of time for the love that you eventually get. But
Hmm.
yeah, my pain tolerance is not high, so I don't know, y'all. I'm figuring out.
Child, get
Girl, I was
that.
not a planned baby, so my mom probably not gonna see it. She might say that now just to say something, but I don't think in that moment she was thinking like, "Oh yes, I'm living up to my fullest potential."
Yeah, true. But I do
Yeah,
think, like I was saying earlier, I do think kids give you that motivation. Like I feel like at that point when you got a baby, you just like, you know what, I gotta go get it. I
hmm
gotta do whatever I gotta do to make, the life of my baby that I want. So I don't know. Like sometimes I be like needing a little extra motivation because
yeah,
I
you
got
do.
it. So maybe my son, I gotta do it for my son. Like I gotta do it for my son.
Badass kids, like your son just bad as shit. Like the baby going to school every day, getting in trouble. Like I was so feeling because why you so bad? Like
I would
That's
just
what I pray. I
cry if
don't
my
have
kid
a
was bad.
bad ass child. Like I pray I don't have a crying ass baby and I don't have a bad ass kid.
and
Like I pray they just super calm and chill, sleep all through the night. Like I just want
Don't every
positive
mom pray
vibes.
for that.
I want positive vibes. Don't come here with that bullshit, okay? Come
he
here
definitely
on
was.
calm, positive vibes. And you better
Don't
be
act
a
like you
boy.
got some sense.
That part. Come up in this world and sleep when I'm asleep and wake up when I woke. And that's
And that's
it.
not how it works. I'm hollering.
Like that's
No, but
that's
I
it.
definitely feel like that I would want to leave like a legacy in this world, and definitely through having a baby is going to be there for me because
Yeah.
we women, like, we the only people that can have a baby.
Yeah, and it's crazy because my husband be saying he don't want no kids, and like every time we be around kids, he really be showing me like why we don't want to have kids because they really they really do a lot. Like my patience is really like super low. So I think that that's one of the things I need to work on before I decide to be a parent
To
because
get
the
pregnant.
moment they do something, I just be turned off. Like now you're doing too
I feel
much.
like with your kid is going to be different though. Like I feel like people have a different level of patience with somebody else's kid versus their kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have none with somebody else's kid. Like a little girl came to my job. She's like doing cartwheels and splits and telling me all her business. And like I'm at work. Like, what's up? So I just went to the back and got her some snacks so that she could sit down and shut the hell up. But like at that point, I'm like, okay, she got the snacks, she good. Like we cool.
Her parents,
But
I'm talking
like
about. We had to do all
they
that.
was in the store handling business, and I was just, running the floor. So she just
Oh,
was following behind me, talking to me.
motherfucker.
And she was not bad. That's the thing. She wasn't a bad kid. She just talked too much. Like she just wanted to keep talking to me.
She just was a kid and had energy.
Exactly. That's it. And for me, I'm like, please shut up. I don't feel like it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to get the patience because I don't have it. Like, I don't have it. She was the cutest little thing. And like in the beginning, I was like, oh, she's so cute. Let me talk to her. But then like she kept talking. And that be
Okay.
the part. Like they don't know the social cues to like, all right, this conversation is up. Like, let's
So
go on
just
to the next thing.
like, hey, baby, and just keep
So
like,
do you think who you think gonna be ready first, you or your man?
Definitely me. Like he
You like definitely me.
he's
I feel the
sick.
same way.
Like he's just super sick. He'll say whatever he thinking about saying. Um and sometimes it can be very, very off the wall. So yeah, he's gonna say what it really is, like what everybody's thinking. Like kids are like inconvenient. That's his favorite thing to say. Like kids are very inconvenient. Which is not a lie. Like it's a fact. Like this is inconveniencing me now that I have to do whatever I gotta do before I could go do what I'm supposed to do today, like work or whatever. I gotta do this and that for you. But parents don't see it as an inconvenience because they enjoy being a parent. But because you're not a parent, you can say what it is
mm.
and just that. But when I have a kid, I don't think I'm gonna see it as being inconvenient. I'm gonna just be like, this is my baby, and this is just what I have to do for my child. But right now, yeah, very big inconvenience for me.
Yeah,
Uh,
for me, I'm definitely voting it's a hinder right now. So, um, I know Ash, you voted no. Key, you voted. Are you voting yes or no? I don't know. Which one
no,
did you pick?
but
No, you know she said no.
no, she know I said no. But y'all tune in next year. Next year our answers might change. You know, they might. I'm gonna be a fresh 26, 27. So answers might change in a year. We'll see.
I'm screaming at 26, 27.
She like one or the other.
Within
One or the other.
5 year.
I don't care. Get me pregnant right now. I don't care.
Okay, get off that birth control then.
This phone call still taking the birth control.
You is bold.
She ain't gonna do it.
Hollering. I ain't getting off the birth control yet, though. That's the part I'm gonna be really scared to do. Like detach from the birth
Why?
control. Because as soon as I get off that thing, baby, it's murder she wrote. It's done. I'm pregnant. Like I'm
Okay,
super
I'm
pregnant.
pregnant.
all the time.
Like it's gonna work just like that. Like it's gonna work absolutely like that.
Dead.
I'm gonna be pregnant immediately. Like I can't, and this is TMI, but I can't even tell you the last time he pulled out. Like, I'm gonna be pregnant immediately, so I gotta be ready
Yeah,
for
you
whatever's gonna
definitely
come
are.
with it. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I need to like do some research, watch some videos, order some baby
I'm
books.
screaming at this for research.
Or the
Like
baby,
6 months prior to me coming off the birth control.
you know,
Child,
I wouldn't sign myself up for. Like, are you sure?
Yeah, I
you
gotta know
already
what
know
I'm
what you
signing
signing yourself up. What's the research about? You know what it is.
myself
Like, what is the research gonna give you that you don't got right now?
I need to know like how to soothe a crying baby when you got an attitude. Um, I need to
Got it.
know like
Give it to the
what's
dad.
the best position to sleep when you pregnant. Like all of this type of stuff, I need to know before I
You can do
even
that while
think
you
about it.
pregnant. You got a
Right.
whole 9 months to prepare.
I'm doing 6 months just in case I want to change my mind.
Cause
I'm
you gonna have
hollering.
to research it again when
Hollering.
you're pregnant. You're gonna be looking at the same stuff once you're pregnant. Like can't sleep on your stomach on your back. That's crazy. I don't sleep on my back, but I do sleep on my stomach a lot. So that's gonna be a thing for me. Like what?
Wait, why I can't sleep on my back? Like, what's wrong with
Yo,
that?
I be sleeping every
Because
which
you're
way.
gonna
Like
smother yourself.
it
Oh,
be a lot.
if you're gonna go
So
up
yeah, you gotta start practicing sleeping a certain way and all of that. So yeah.
Yeah,
so I guess.
I'm
So what's our
hollering.
timeline? Is are we coming off of birth control in the next year, 6 months,
Next August
two
for
weeks?
sure. After I come back from my Africa trip.
Okay.
What it
Well,
going?
won't you do it in Africa? You might conceive in Africa.
That would be crazy. But what if I get pregnant before we even get to Africa?
So come off.
Like, do I get off the day we on the plane? Like,
I feel like you should get off like the week that you're about to leave.
child, that's crazy. Imagine coming back from Africa pregnant. That's insane.
Telling your
And
baby.
That's
that's
gonna
not
be
and that's not the time frame in which I want my baby to be born. Like I need to get pregnant in like September, October so that I can have like a May, June baby.
okay.
You got
Yeah.
this all planned out. Like, all right,
I,
I
I think you should just come off the birth control
like queen.
now.
No. Now I'm gonna have a baby in my 30th birthday, like no, or right before. No, thank you.
Oh yeah,
No.
that's gonna be right before. That's gonna be a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm cool off of that. It's gonna be like
All right,
March,
well you can
April.
wait.
Yeah, we
I
gonna
guess.
wait. Time be flying anyway. Like just last year was just last year, and that was this year. So,
You know, yeah, just 2 years ago was just 2 years ago. So,
so next year ain't gonna be too far away. It's cool.
mhm.
You can
So what
wait.
y'all feel like y'all appreciate most about being a woman?
Um, what I
I
appreciate.
I think how intuitive we are. Like we're so like intuitive with like our feelings, our emotions. We could just feel and sense things. I love how women are just very nurturing. I love that I can dress up. I love that I can get my hair done and get different styles.
She love everything about being a woman.
Like
I
being
know.
it's so it's not corny, y'all. Y'all not corny, but it's so corny to me because like, wow, you only got five things you could get. You can get some dreads, you can get like a low cut, you get afro. Like y'all so corny. Like we're so versatile.
Ah, y'all so corny. It's
Hair up.
crazy.
I just love being a woman. Like let's just like women are just it for me. Like I love it here.
Yeah.
She's a
I
woman just
love
infamous.
I love being taken care of as a
Mm,
woman. Like I love being able to just not have a care in the world and my brain don't work and be like super not functional and be okay with that. Like just be in fucking la la land. Love that for me. Um
I'm just a girl.
like I'm just a
Like,
girl. Like that's it. And it's like when I wanna like be a little bit independent, I can still choose to be that, but don't really have to be. Like I love that. I love that so much. I also love that I am not required to kill bugs as a
mm,
woman. Like I know that's very cliche, but like I'm not killing it. Like I want to call my man to kill it. And there's something serious, I guess, about being a woman. It's just being able to watch like your body develop in like so many different ways. Like our little girl body to our grown woman body, like that's crazy to me. Like
mm-mm.
guys don't really get that. It's either like you work out and you be buff or whatever. But I feel like women, we just grow into like our own. And I love that. But yeah, that's what I like about being a woman.
I think for me, I like um the optimism of being a woman. Like I know my man be telling me optimism is a woman's worst enemy, but I feel like being optimistic is it's not only a woman trait, but it's mostly like a woman trait. And I feel like just being able to see the good in everything is one of those things I like about being a woman.
yeah.
Definitely. I think that's what
So,
balances the men too. Because it's like they are factual, logical. And we're like, but what if? Like, what if this happened? Like, you should be
yeah.
thinking about the what if. The what if can really happen. The what if can turn into a fact. It just might take some extra level of dedication and discipline to get there, but I don't think it's necessarily impossible. I think guys don't really like live in a oh my god, if I had this, this, and this, I would be like good. They just like, okay, this is where I'm at and this is what it is, kind of thing. And like they work their way up, but they don't have that imagination.
Hold on.
Like I love to imagine me living the life that I know I'm meant to live. And I feel
Yeah.
like that's optimism.
Mhm.
But it also gives you like motivation to get to that place in life. So
Yeah, I love this
yeah.
saying that says it's like the man is the head, but the woman is the neck. Like the idea, like I can support you, but I can also steer you in like another direction because you probably don't see all the things that I'm seeing. So I think
Hmm.
that's what I also like about women. Like we also see like the big picture. Like a lot of men are just very narrow. Like no, let's do it this way, and it's like no, let me step back and see the different possibilities we have, and that's what makes like a woman great because once a man sees like, oh, well, like I do need you because that was actually a great idea. I think most of the time that's when the meshes really well and like they be feeling like, okay, this is probably the woman that I need to be around or be with.
Yeah. And I love when a woman can turn a house into a home. And
Mm.
that's not even just with a house. It's with everything. It's with the man, it's with his feeling of security, like everything. Like I feel like a man can really truly be the man he's supposed to be when he has that woman support system. And that's some powerful shit, okay? Like imagine you being able to take a man from like being his okay self to his best self. Like, and I'm not saying he can't do that on his own, but most of the time, like when they have a partner that's gonna be supportive, you don't know how far you can go in life. I feel like women really do push men to like be the best that they can be, whether they look at it as, you know what, this woman held me down. I really gotta get where I need to be to take care of her. Or like I think I can't remember what joint I was looking at. The writer who wrote like all the horror movies like Us and what was the other one? Get Out. His
Oh yeah.
wife
Jordan Peele.
gave him like $300 so that he can get like movie equipment or something like that. Don't quote me. And now look at him. He's like one of the best like horror writers ever. So it's just like women can really take anything and multiply it. And that's really crazy. But yeah.
Hmm. And I think that what we like previously talked about like being able to have children, I feel like as a woman, like I feel like that's a bonus. Like, child, imagine a man trying to have a baby.
It wouldn't be no
Like,
kids on this earth, okay? It'd
y'all
be zero
know they'd be like,
children.
I ain't have no baby. They'll be taking Plan B's, going to get their little abortions and everything. Like,
Getting their little abortions is crazy.
no, for real. Like, so just in comparison to me, and like, they ain't gonna be with it. So we really hold a lot of power. Like, we hold a lot of power. So I feel like that's what I enjoy about being a woman, like being optimistic and like holding just a good amount of power in the world.
Shout out to
So
the women, okay? Shout out to
I
the
know.
women, because
Even
women
though
are
it's
really
Men's Mental
women
Health
to
Month,
women.
shout out to the woman.
Listen, when this drop, it's not gonna be mental health month no more. So it
Oh
don't even
yes, it's
matter.
over. So it's about us
It's shout
again.
out to the
Like, no,
women.
it's not.
It's still shout out.
Like, shout out to the women, period.
Yes, like we be doing
But
our
what make
thing.
y'all lose interest in the men?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything that can make me
Everything.
Everything they
Like,
do. Ah,
they be
yes. Like,
giving me the ick sometimes.
can you get into it for us? Like, let's get into it.
Everything. What can a man do to make me lose interest? Number one, if a man, in my opinion, if a man just why did I just draw a blank like that?
if
Let me
a
help
man
you
just
out.
I know.
Let me help you out a little bit. If a
Help me
man
out.
do not have no type of motivation, like at all, you're done. Like,
Mm,
I'm definitely losing interest. Like, I don't mind you finding yourself, but as long as you have that motivation and that drive when you're doing that, if you just laying around being a bum, like, completely ruins the vibe. Um,
definitely.
just looking at me sometimes, uh, it can ruin it for me.
Ah! Ah!
Seriously,
Yo!
like I don't know. Like I feel like some guys like have like a look to them that's like just too lustful or like predatory.
mm,
Like,
I get that.
Yeah.
yeah. Like that instantly just turns me off, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm
That's
not
why
even
the
talking
girls was
about like
dating the medium ugly niggas.
you know what? And I'm not even talking about like men that I've been interested in or men that is I'm dating or anything. I'm just talking about men in general. Like what pisses me off about them in
Yeah.
general. So don't feel like I dealt with a pedophile before or nothing like that.
Just to clear the air, Champagne did not deal with the pedophile
Just to
guys.
clear it up,
I'm
I don't
not,
want you to think like, oh, your man was a pedophile looking at you. Okay, you ain't like him no more. Like,
No, not like that, y'all.
what makes me
no, but
interest in a man is a man that's outside too much. And
mm-hmm.
like if you at every single function and you in everybody's face, and like I just feel like at a certain time, like you need to be inside the house. Like this is probably why you don't got no girl, because you outside too much. I also have a pet peeve. People that go back to college after a good amount of age. Like if you are past 26, 27, you going back to your college for a homecoming party.
Oh, I thought you were saying like going back to school like to get a degree.
No,
No.
I'm over that. Yes,
I knew exactly what she meant. I was about to say, if that was the case, I would be like judging you actually.
Yeah, exactly, because that man can't go back and get his shit together.
No. The other way around. It really be people that be old, like you 30, 40, still going to your homecoming. Like you don't got nothing going on. Like you don't got nothing that, like, why do you got to go back and party
I
with?
think that you don't resonate with that because we went to Albright.
Maybe.
I feel like there's people that have gone to HBCUs and that's like a family reunion. Like I know a lot of old people that go back to their homecoming and it's really just a big reunion. Like they all get to see each other, see how, they've been in life. But nevertheless, your ick is your ick. But
Yeah.
I think it's because
Right.
of
This
our
is what
Albright
makes her lose
experience.
interest.
Right. This is not,
I just think it's our Albright experience that is kind
Mhm.
of swaying her from,
right. That might be it. Corny ass Albright. Anyway,
Wait, but Key, what I was thinking when you said that was that like the men who like go to their college and it's not that type of vibe. It's more so like you're partying and every little girl face like type vibe
right,
versus like I'm going to hang out with people who are also coming back for homecoming.
right.
People who just go in there to hang out with the kids, I feel
kids,
that's
like
a little
it's
odd.
no.
Like
Yeah, like
I don't like it. I
That's weird.
don't want to outside nigga. Stay inside the house. I'm not saying you can't go out.
I say
Out
it
all
like
the
that.
time with your friends is too much for me. Like I'm not interested.
You don't want your man to have no friends.
Yeah, actually, I think that's it.
I don't want you to have no friends, period.
Don't have
But
no.
no,
You know what?
I'm your friend. But no, what make me lose interest is somebody that can't have conversation. Like the conversation is so repetitive every day. Like, what you
Yeah.
doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Y'all gonna what y'all doing somebody to death? Like, what do you mean? Like, can we talk about something different? It's just like no intellect.
Mm,
Like,
Mm-hmm.
are you good? Or they spell like,
You
all
say, "Are
right,
you good?"
I'm a typo girl, so cool. I'm a typo girl, but I don't like when somebody intentionally spells things wrong.
mm,
Yeah.
I get
Like, are
like
you are
cool.
you okay?
Cool like that. Like weird.
What is that?
Listen,
Like,
Hey.
explain. Where did you come from? Like, who is your mother? I don't like that.
who is your brother is crazy, but I also don't like a friendly nigga. Like, I feel like I don't mind a gentleman. Like, okay, if you see someone, a lady walking in the door, you can open the door for her, but don't be too friendly.
Don't do too
Like,
much.
don't do too much. Like, you could be a gentleman, but don't be too friendly. Like, that's something that makes me lose interest as well.
Yeah.
You know what you?
Also, men with bad hygiene,
Oh
men
yeah.
with like sloppy clothing, like that makes me lose interest. Men who
Men
have
that wear the
kids and
boxers.
don't. Men who wear the poppy store boxes.
Like, don't wear no boxers, them plaid boxers.
The
Don't wear
trench.
no boxers at all. Briefs,
You say don't
okay?
wear boxers at all.
Like, I don't like a boxer. That's trash.
I also don't like what I was about to say. Oh, men who like have kids and don't take care of the kids, like
Oh yeah.
makes me lose interest or feel like they baby mom is the issue all the time. Like, come on, you gotta have this something. Like,
It's you.
by the way, I don't have anybody that has kids, but
You don't have to keep clearing the air for these
I
motherfuckers.
just want to clear the air just in case y'all think I'm messing with a pedophile that got kids.
That don't take care of them. But what else was you about to say, Key?
One thing that used to ick me when I was in a dating scene is somebody that be like, send me pictures. No,
Yes, like you follow me on Instagram, you can see me
you
on
follow me
Instagram,
on Instagram, you
or
can not send you
I
pictures.
hate when I'ma see you as nigga. Like, come on, like I'm gonna see you when I'm ready to see you. Like, you don't have to keep
Exactly.
asking me when I'ma see you. Like,
Super pressed.
Mhm.
I don't like a super pressed guy, but I also don't like a really nonchalant man either.
Mm,
Right.
I
And I
need
get
you
what
to
you mean by
have the
that.
happy medium. Like, don't act like I'm non-existent and you don't care about me, because I know
mm,
you do.
Hmm.
And don't press me too
You talking
much.
about because I know you do?
Like, don't do the most, because you wouldn't be really like still talking to me if you didn't care. You just trying to play this little game. Like,
cool.
I don't like the games. I don't like the games. I also don't like a man that think his shit don't stink. Like, he's never wrong, never takes any accountability, has no growth. Like, just you always right and I'm always wrong.
Mm.
Okay. Hate that for you.
No, thank you.
Like, I'm good. I'm cool. We got a lot of icks. Well, how we got men?
Again.
Like,
How
they
we
just
got men is
happen to
crazy.
just fit through all the icks that we got. They just happen to fit through.
Wait, so do y'all feel like the icks that y'all have apply to y'all men at all times? Like, is it something that your men, not the ones we already said, but do you feel like it's some things your men can get away with that you wouldn't let another guy get away with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too.
definitely.
Like, all right, you got that little one, but just that little one though. Like,
Like, don't get up in the morning and not text me.
I feel like when you like a guy, the icks are less ickable.
Icky.
Yeah, they
The
less
icks are less
icky.
icky.
But when
No,
you
that's true. I
already
agree with
like
that.
skeptical or like you just getting to know the person and you don't like them more than you feel like they like you, then you already just be turned off. You be waiting for them to turn you off. Like you got
yeah.
one chance.
Because the tolerance level be so low. It's like, boy, go.
Hmm.
I can get another
Like, go
one.
to hell. I put
Yeah. So I
somebody on
think
the
the reason
block
y'all got
list.
men is because y'all was on their dick and y'all just let some of
Oh,
the icks fly.
Never.
I was not on that man dick, okay? But no, I feel like back in my single days, I blocked a man the same day I got the number. It's
Hmm.
the vibe. It's whatever. If you're
Yeah.
not giving me the vibes that I like, I'ma head out. Like, I'ma head out. But the moment I let myself start liking you, now I'ma just be allowing certain shit and be sad.
Not
Like, why?
Be sad.
Why you acting like that? Like, why you ain't text me back? Like, pressed. You're so pressed.
So let me ask you this: if somebody didn't text you good morning, you'd be like, "All right, I'm cool with it." But if it a nigga you like, you be like, "Why didn't you text me good
Why you
morning?
ain't text me?
I
Like,
mean,
what's up?
that's weird.
Do you not want me to have a good morning?"
No, he just
Like,
got to slash his tires.
So then you gotta say.
slashing
So
the tires
wait,
because she didn't say good morning is
Right.
insane.
Yes.
this is actually crazy.
Hollering. I feel like I even still have some icks with my man sometimes where I look at him like,
Oh yeah, I feel like everybody just got their
Mhm.
irritating feelings with what they men do something sometimes. Like,
child. And I be thinking like, is this, am I creating new icks or like, did I just be okay with him up
listen,
until a certain point until
don't
I
let me
got
already be
comfortable?
mad.
Don't say him.
Don't let me
If
already
I already got an
be
attitude, baby, I got an attitude with everything you're doing right now. Actually,
mad.
stop sitting next to me on this fucking couch. Like, go ahead upstairs to bed because you about to piss me off.
Listen, I feel like we all have been like with our men for a good amount of time. So do y'all really feel like monogamous relationships are outdated or do y'all feel like they aren't?
I think this is more of a question that a guy would be more in favor of saying is outdated because I feel like we all gonna be like, no, it's not outdated. Like, I
No,
can't
just looking on the
imagine.
outside. You don't have to talk specifically your relationship. You could just talk like outside. You see the generations coming up after us and you see like a couple of them ahead of us. Do you feel like in their cases
I'm,
like
I know someone that's very close to me that's actually
mm,
in a poly relationship. And
mm.
I was taken aback at first. I was, oh,
I was taken aback.
like, because I would have never imagined this person, because this is a very close person. I'm not going to say their business because they don't want to share their business yet. But I was very taken aback, like, oh my gosh, like this is something that you are allowing. But I think that is now to the point where like people are okay with exploring not only like different relationships but also their sexuality. So like the person I'm thinking about, like not only is the boy her boyfriend, but the girl is her girlfriend. And the boy and the girlfriend already been established boyfriend and girlfriend for years. So my person is a new person in the relationship. So it's, I don't want to say monogamy is not outdated, but people are being more open to exploring their sexuality, exploring different partners, exploring the different possibilities. And then when they like right now they on vacation and like they're all spending their money and like all having good times and like they think about moving in a house and like how it could be like splitting down the bills. So I don't know. I'm not here for it. I'm not sharing my man. But if you want
Yeah.
to, that's on you. Like,
It's crazy. I don't know if it's because the new generation feels like the women are more okay with the fact that like, because we've been hearing this all our lives where they basically, even Ashanti said it in the song where I'm okay if you're not all mine or something like that. Like being okay with your guy cheating on you and oh he gonna come home to me anyway, this where his home at, but he been out in the streets all day. I feel like people used to say that back in the day, but like it wasn't a really big thing. But now I feel like people are allowing it, like, and they're okay with it because they feel like they can't find a man that's truly gonna be fully committed to them, so now they have to sacrifice having a relationship with this man and accepting that he's gonna be out here in the streets. I don't like
What if he
that.
don't want to be out in the streets? He just want two girlfriends,
two
like
girlfriends.
versus like just
That's in
to
the streets
be.
to me.
Because
Because
I
you ain't just with me, you with somebody else, you're in the streets. You're for the
but
streets.
the guy I'm like talking about, like he does not mess with anybody else. He has his two women. He has his days with them separately, and he has the days with them together. So it's like, is it really in the streets if I'm committed to both of y'all and y'all both know about each other and y'all both are also dating? Is that really in the streets if we all sharing?
That's hard because now what if you and the girl feud, but he
Oh,
still go with both of
they
y'all?
feuding, but everybody fused because she be feuding with the nigga and the other girl be feuding with the nigga. So like it's like it's a regular relationship. People argue, people go through things. It could be a lot more because to me, I feel like they all take turns arguing with each other like every week. So it do be a lot, but it's just like a regular relationship.
That's crazy. I don't know. It's maybe because I can't wrap my head around it because I would never do it that I
Mm.
can't think of like it being outdated. Like I don't want it to be outdated. Like I don't. I don't. I want it to still be that same structural relationship with a man and a woman. Obviously, we have LGBT community and y'all do what y'all want to do, but I'm just saying for me, I still want to be able to see that. Like I still want to be able to see the woman and the man dynamic, strong black household. It don't even gotta be black. Just a two people. That's it. Like two people strong relationship where, you know, they in this together, they build a partnership and you are faithful, he is faithful. Like I feel like it's more of this lust thing where like people are starting to bend the rules to being in a relationship. Like, oh, I could be faithful to two people. I could be
Mm,
faithful to these two girls, but it's like, why you can't be faithful to one?
right.
So they try and build their own girlfriend up, and because you can't build one, you just like take all the good qualities from one, take all the good qualities from the other, and just have two. But to answer the
Child.
question, I don't feel like it's outdated. I feel like it's definitely more people trying polygamy, but I don't feel like being monogamous is outdated yet. Like, and I
Yeah.
don't want to say yet because I don't really want it to be outdated,
Right.
but I don't think it's outdated. I do think that polygamy is being introduced more into the light,
Yeah.
um, especially with social media and TikTok. I feel like sometimes TikTok it tried to persuade you to do polygamy with the whole like, oh, like y'all can all have money together and it'll be a bigger pot to
Yeah.
take from, or like if you have kids and they have kids, y'all always got a babysitter, y'all don't have to have daycare, like um just a lot of different stuff that
Yeah.
can look good to a person who just okay with polygamy. um
Yeah.
so I don't think it's outdated, but I do think it's being introduced more to the world, and the people who are with it is with it, and the people who are not. Like I feel like that's
How would y'all
definitely something you
feel?
should ask
How would
before
you feel
you
if
jump in a
like you
relationship.
eventually have a kid and they are in a polygamous relationship?
I
Mm-mm.
don't think I would care. I feel like whatever your choice is, you could just do
Ain't
whatever
no
you want.
way.
Like I feel like if you feeling like, oh, I want to have two girlfriends, then go for it. As long as you can afford it and that's your lifestyle, then go ahead and have your two girlfriends. But
'Cause
I
first,
do know from a person who I know who was in a polygamous relationship, it was a guy that I know, and he said that the is as well as y'all think is not a lot financially. It is a lot financially, especially on the guy, because if you're one of those guys who naturally wants to provide or naturally wants to lead, you're coming out your pocket more. Like, you can't just say to your girl, what we eating for dinner. You got your other girl too. Like, oh, what do you want me to bring you for dinner? What do you want me to bring you for dinner? Or like, you got to pay for the kids' school stuff. You paying for two different things. Like, you're not just paying
Yeah.
for your kid and your girlfriend's kid. You pay for your kid, your girlfriend kid, and your other girlfriend kids. Like,
yeah,
so
Um,
it do be a lot. And like, when you at this age, I don't feel like, I don't know, maybe for some men it is, but the sex drive, it don't dwindle, but it's just like, all right, now I gotta have sex with both of y'all in this one
right.
day. Like, I can't just, mess with you and then it be over with. Like, if she on that too, then I gotta do it with her, because then it's gonna be like, oh, you picking and choosing. So
Mm-hmm.
it probably do come with a lot, but yeah, I don't want to be in a polygamous
and it comes with
relationship.
a lot of emotions behind it. I just don't think that I like I said earlier, I'm selfish, so like I just don't think that I could share. Like, what do you mean you about to go to her house and not my house? Like, are you?
Maybe
Um,
that's why they all about to move together, so it won't have to be
Yeah.
like, I'm
right?
going to her house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could never.
Mm.
relationships are already hard, so I feel like being in a relationship with two people might be even harder.
So I hear that we talking a lot about the financial part. So like, what does it mean to us, like, to be financially like stable? And then like, what, like, how important is being financially stable to everyone, or like even in a relationship?
What was the second question?
How important is
Um,
being stable to you
Mm.
in a relationship?
What is financially stable to me is being able to get up in the morning and do whatever I want to do. Like, and not having to worry about anything, for real, for real. Like, if I'm off tomorrow and I want to just go to the spa, I could do that. Like, me not having to plan in advance is financially stable to me. Me being able to do anything at any point in time is when I feel like I'm financially stable. Like, if I just happen to be in the mall and I just go over to Louis and decide to buy a bag without thinking twice, I feel like that's when I would be financially stable.
Mm.
And
I
how
think
important? Go ahead, because I gotta think about the second question.
I was about to say, financially stable to me would be like being able to pay all of my bills and then have money left over.
Mm-hmm.
Then being like having financial freedom is more so kind of like agreeing with Ed said, like, oh, like I can get up and take a trip, or I can get up and buy a new designer bag. So like stable, I feel like as long as you're able to pay your bills and have money, like, to live off again until your next, paycheck or whatever the case may be. Like, you're not living paycheck to paycheck, you're living paycheck plus some to paycheck, I guess, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Um, and then like the whole idea of being financially free, I feel like, yeah, like if I'm able to get up and be like, actually, I want to book a trip to Bahamas right
Whatever.
now, like,
Right.
and go next month. Like, I feel like that's more of a financial freedom thing versus stability. But
Yeah.
I feel like definitely because like I feel like we kind of in like a mini recession right now. Being able to pay your bills and have some money left over is definitely stable in this economy right now.
For
Mhm.
sure. For sure.
Yeah, I
Shout
think.
out
What
to
you think,
that.
Key?
Yeah, I think being financially stable, like I think I kind of agree with you, Champ. Like to the point where like I can comfortably pay my bills and it still has money left over. And I think also like still also experiencing life, because I feel like when you're not financially stable, you're pinching pennies to pennies and you can't even enjoy life. Like I feel like when you're
Yeah.
financially stable, you can actually like breathe a little. You can have an experience like, okay, I may not eat out every day, but I know that on Saturday I'm gonna try to go to this steakhouse, or on Sunday I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do this, like, or I could sign up for different classes, or I could take trips. I think that's being financially stable, of still being able to pay your bills and enjoy life. And then like financially free is like, okay, I don't have to work, but I know that I'm not like worried about I'm like money or bills over my head. So I think that's
Hmm. Yeah. I'm trying to
But yeah,
I'm trying to reach that level of financially free. Like I think we
right.
all are, but
I want to
I
reach
can't
financial
I can't
freedom
wait.
so big. And I
What
think
you say?
it's very important to me. Definitely being financially stable is important to me, especially if I do like have a kid in the next couple years. I really want to be able to provide my kid with a good living environment. I want to be able to provide them with good schooling, like provide them with, things that they might want. I don't want them to be like, oh, like I gotta wait until Christmas to get something that I want when because my mom can't afford it right now. Like
Yeah.
I don't I don't foresee that type of lifestyle for my kid, and that could sound materialistic, but it's also just my preference. So
Yeah.
um, I just want to be able to, have a good roof over my kid head, good environment, them not having to be scared to walk outside. Like, I mean, in this environment we in now, it's kind of like that a lot of places, but a little less violent than the
Yeah.
world is now. Like just living in one of those areas and then going to school where you feel safe at school. Like you're not walking through metal detectors to get into school.
Right.
Um, or like you're not getting a proper education because your school is not able to afford this, that, and the third. So
Yeah.
I think that that's why it's important to me. Why
Yeah.
financial stability is important.
I think financial stability is important to me because I think that we're so busy being at work and using up our time that we don't have time to pour into all of the other things that we would like to pour into. So I think that being financially stable or financially free will buy me my time. Like I will be
Hmm.
able to do more with my time than I can now. Like I feel like the systematically it was created so that we would be so tired from work and giving all of our time to work that we wouldn't be able to branch out and do the things that we are passionate about or take a step out on faith and start that business or start that whatever you want to start. So I think that working hard now and saving the coin so that I can pay for my time because I feel like financially being free is also allowing you to have your time. And I think my time is extremely important to me because when you have your time, you can pour into so many other things. Like if I do start a family, like I want to be a present parent. I want to make sure that I can be wherever my child needs me at whatever time. I don't want to have to call nobody saying, oh, can you pick up so and so from school because they feeling sick? Or can you go to their move up day because I can't go? Or whatever the case. Like I want to be present at all extracurricular activities. I don't care how many times a week. I don't care what times of day. I want to be present. So I feel like that's the most important part to me is being able to get to a point where my time is my time and I don't have to sacrifice going to work and missing things that I want to be a part of. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had talked about like wanting our kids to go to schools where they have good education. Do y'all feel like y'all like or dislike that they took sex education out of the schools?
I hate that.
Yeah.
I think it's an awkward conversation, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. Without education or of something, you're bound to make a mistake. You're like ignorance is bliss. So we talk about the STD rates being high. We talk about kids getting pregnant at an alarming rate, but nobody's teaching them how to protect themselves. Nobody's teaching them really anything when it comes to sex. Like my mom literally guided me through putting on a tampon. Like that's all a part of sex education as well. Like not just the act of having sex, but like learning your
Mm,
body, being able to know certain signs, being able to put your arm up in the shower and check your breasts and make sure you're not feeling anything irregular. Like we're not learning anything. We're not let's forget about the actual act of having sex. They're really not teaching them about that. But just like what is the parts of your vagina called?
Right.
We don't
mm,
even know that. Like it's just very, very simple things like that we don't know or the kids don't know or know what to expect. Like why are we not sending our 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old daughter to school with pads and panty liners and things like that, just in case, her period starts or
Hmm.
she has a period at school, and give her the education on, like, if this happens, this is what you do, kind of thing. I just feel like
And to
sex.
not be embarrassed by if that happens. Like this
Correct.
is a natural thing for women to go through. Like in a sex education, you can get that like comfortability, like with yourself, and
Mhm.
like, oh, like
Correct.
my peers are going through this too. I don't have to feel like I'm just alone in this or it's individualized. Like I feel like these schools aren't teaching like life lessons anymore. They're just trying
Mm.
to. They ain't teaching nothing for real. But
Yeah.
what they claim they teaching is like by the book, math, reading, and all that. And of course, our kids need that, but they also need life lessons. Like people don't know how to write a check. They don't even know how to set up, write their signature. Like they don't know how to do like real life stuff.
Yeah.
And the school's just taking a lot of that out of the schools. Like why is the kids not learning how to write cursive no more? Like it's just
Yeah.
a lot that they're taking out of the schools, and then certain books that they're taking out of the schools are educating the kids, but they're saying that the kids can't read this stuff. But y'all let
Yeah.
them smoke in the bathroom or have sex in the
That
bleachers.
part.
Like, come on. We
Yeah.
Yeah,
gotta,
I just even found
come to a better understanding with the kids. So
I just found
I
out
definitely am irked
there's a
with them not.
where kids they can't get suspended for smoking in the bathroom anymore. Like are we is this what we're allowing now? I just think that this generation, like I pray to God it doesn't happen, but I feel like as we're going on, like this generation is becoming a little lost. Just even like some of the
A
things
little.
I was about to say, you giving them some
I'm
grace.
trying to be gracious, but like even like thinking about some of my kids and like the stories that they try to tell me, like, oh, Miss Allen, I did this on the weekend. I'm like, whoa, pause. Like, this is not a conversation me and you should be having. Like, you need to fix yourself.
Mhm.
But even to know, like, some of the girls that I'm very close to and they come and ask for my advice, like, they just don't know anything about their bodies. Like, you don't even know that you have an ovulation period where you could get pregnant. It's like you sitting here doing the act,
Mhm.
but you don't even know your body. You don't know what's going on.
Right.
You're not getting checked. You don't even know what a yeast infection is. You don't know all these things. And I just think
Right.
like just how we just saw, like there's a new, I don't know if y'all saw, there's a new STD fungal disease that's out. Like
Mhm.
more is going to come out because these kids, they're not taking care of themselves. These parents want to be their friends and they're not looking up where they need to be helped. Like one of my kids even they parent allowed them to have a after party after prom, like where they in there like don't, like it was just crazy. Like when it came back to us, it was just crazy. And I think that our generation right now, they a little lost and they just want
Yeah.
to
And
know.
and kind of touch on the parent part that you was talking about. I'm gonna take some of the heat off of schools because I do feel like yes, it should still be in schools, but I do think that whatever the school is lacking is something that the parents should pick up after. So it's like if you know for a fact that the school is not teaching your child about sex education, that's where you're supposed to come in as a parent and teach them. Like I can probably remember sex education not really in school but mostly from my mom. Like I don't think it was a huge thing in our school. I mean, granted, we had a great nurse in our high school who we could go to for anything and she would really like be extremely helpful, but I also feel like I learned that mostly from my mother. Like, I didn't learn a whole lot about sex in school. Granted, people were having sex, but to learn about my body and what to expect as I grow up and da da da, like that was from my mom. So I feel like, yes, I think that the school should have it. But I also think that the parents need to follow up and make sure that their children know just once you indulge in sex, all of the things that could take place. It's not only just pregnancy, but like these some of these diseases being incurable, like something that you're gonna have to
Mhm.
live with for the rest of your life, like or just giving yourself to somebody and not knowing like if you really did you really consent to it or were you peer
Right.
pressured into it. Like
Right.
making sure that they know going into this is a serious adult act. This is not something
Right.
that you
And
just
you got to know
do.
the emotions that come behind it. You got to
Correct,
know
correct.
they
Like you
don't
got
even know how to
ties, like
wash up.
physical ties.
Like you're
Definitely
not
don't know how to
washing your
wash up.
private parts properly either.
The
Like
kids be coming
No,
funky. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Like they be
they don't
coming
know how
out
to
they coming
open it up,
funky.
clean in
like
between. Like
whoa, like this one girl.
Yeah, like y'all don't know how to wash up. Y'all don't even know how, not knowing how to wash up in general, and then not even knowing how to cleanse yourself during your menstrual is like literally crazy because you can wash up regular, but it just takes a lot more when your menstrual is on to care for yourself as a woman. Like,
Yeah,
so even something as simple as that, washing up, like they need to be learning. But yeah, I think that they need to add sexual education back into these schools and these health
definitely.
classes. Like, and if they're not adding them in y'all kids' health classes, just try to make sure y'all at least educating yourself so that y'all can educate y'all kids.
And it
And
ain't nothing to have a couple kids over and teach them yourself. Like if the school ain't
Hmm.
doing it, you could definitely do it. Like you can be that mom. Like I feel like when we were younger, like I stayed over Champagne House, and I don't know how many lessons her mom done taught us, and vice versa. So I feel like you don't have to worry
Hmm.
about your kid just knowing something. You can make sure that whoever they're hanging around knows things too. Like we were exposed to
Yeah.
a lot as kids, but I feel like because we had the knowledge, we were able to make the best decision in that scenario. I feel like when you don't know everything behind it, you are more liable to make the wrong decision. So yeah, I feel like it definitely should be taught in school. And if it's not
And
going to be
some
brought
kids
back,
make decisions based on their friend group. Like I
mhm.
can
correct.
honestly say the friend group that I chose was waiting to have sex, was
Mm,
taking care of themselves. Like, and those who was having sex, they wasn't like doing it explicitly with any and everybody. Like,
correct.
so also choosing the right friends when you going through these like life changing situations as a teenager. Like, and like Ash said, like our moms was able to tell our friends stuff too, like, and our friends not get offended, or their
Hmm.
parent not getting offended that somebody else as an adult is telling them something.
Yeah.
So as long as the delivery is on point and like you're really saying it in a way that you really just trying to educate the kid and not be their little friend, like let's try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like, don't be one of them adults that's gonna chastise them like and just say like, oh, just don't have sex. Because when you start chastising them and you make
You
it,
already know they're gonna have sex, so
they
you ain't
gonna
even
have.
gotta say
Exactly.
don't
Because
have
you
sex.
did.
I'm gonna let you
Like
know
you
right
did.
now. They gonna be sneaky. They gonna go out there and do it, and now you in your situation. So just make sure like we have these open communications with kids, and also like it don't have to be your child. Like if you know somebody in your family or you know somebody like near you that's a child, like and you just see them and you know like they probably might be getting into that, like have a conversation with them, get to know them, get to see what their interests are, and get to have those difficult conversations, because in those difficult conversations that's when we bring productivity. So
Yeah.
And
And
they
I
might not
like,
have a trusting adult to go to, so try to be
right.
that trusting
I
adult.
was just about
Like,
to say that. Like, shout out to my mom because now that I'm older, I didn't realize that she created an environment for me to be able to feel comfortable talking to her about uncomfortable stuff. Like, it didn't seem unordinary for me to talk about sex with my mom because she created an atmosphere where that was just a normal thing. Like, I was a dancer all my life, so I had to wear tampons very early because we couldn't wear underwear when we danced. So my mom literally had to walk me through like putting on a tampon. Like it was nothing uncomfortable when it came to anything sex related with my mom. Even when I had the idea of wanting to have sex, like how many kids can say that they went to their parent before even having sex and telling them like, "Hey, I think I'm interested in having sex." Like I told my mom that she put me right on birth control, no questions asked. Like I think her not hounding me like, wow, why you want to have sex? What you that's too grown. Like eventually it's gonna be a thing. Like I was about to turn 18 years old before I had sex. So it's like me being able to come to my mom and not feel like my mom is gonna, I don't know, judge the situation or judge me. I was able to open up to her. So if anything, if y'all take anything from that, at least be the parent that is, ready for those uncomfortable conversations, but also don't make your child feel uncomfortable when you're having them. Like make them feel comfortable enough to be able to come and talk to you. Because a lot of parents can question like, oh, I don't know why she don't come talk to me or he don't come talk to me, because you don't create an environment for them to feel comfortable enough to come talk to you. So you have to make sure that you do that part as a parent, and your child gonna come and talk to you about anything. So
yeah,
that's my
all
experience.
safe spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all told me a lot of y'all business, and I'm tired of it. Can we get into the business? Can we get into other people's
Let's
business?
get into the business.
Business.
We all in y'all business. All in the business.
So who business
Um,
first?
so we're gonna touch on the Polo G mom situation. Apparently, Polo G's
Stacy girl.
sister has been going through some mental health issues, and it's been known that she's been going through mental health issues. So I feel like the mom used that to kind of like make her seem like she was right in the situation. But apparently, the mom does this whole thing to all of her kids where she's very aggressive, threatening to kill them, whatever the case. So I'm guessing she had just like got released from a mental institution, and she came to her mom's house. I don't really know what the feud was about, but they were feuding, and it was all caught on a doorbell camera that the mom had sent out to some people, and it got leaked. And in the video, you can see where the mom is basically saying like, "I'll kill you." To the daughter. So then they both released statements and receipts and all of that on their Instagram. And honestly, I'm gonna say that I side with the daughter.
That's
Oh, and
deep.
let's not forget the mom sent off 3 warning shots to her daughter.
Exactly, and told her daughter that she would kill her. And the daughter posted some threads from I guess their family group chat where the mom has sent multiple voice recordings of her threatening to kill not only their little brother but Polo G as well. And yeah, I just feel like she's a ruthless mother.
That's deep. I would never like no matter first of all, if your child is going through a mental health thing, what makes you think violence of any kind would be the best thing to do for
The
them? Like
solution.
Yeah, she said that she had attacked her. The daughter had attacked her, but again, giving grace of the fact that you know that she's struggling with something mentally. But
right.
yeah,
That's a weird situation. The mom is not it. She let's get out of her business because
yeah.
she
I mean, I feel like hurt people. And that's why it's important for you to do your healing process before you bring children into this world because now you're just piling all of that hurt that you had up on them. And you'll be surprised at the effects. Like she probably has mental health issues due to her mom being the way that she is her whole life. Like, so now you don't have grace for her having mental health issues, but not even realizing that you might be the cause of it. It's crazy.
yeah, I think I even read something that said like she had something to do with the son even going to jail. Like the mom,
Mm-hmm.
like she should have never been a mom. Like that's what it's giving me. Like you,
Yeah.
you clearly were not fit enough to have these kids. Like kids are gonna make mistakes. Kids are gonna do things like why you act like this.
What's going on?
Yeah, I
Sis
think
is
that this whole
shaking.
situation, this whole situation is really, really crazy. I feel like that the whole family need therapy, and y'all need to go do some healing. I feel like mom needs to do healing on her own before she's able to come do this healing with the kids because she
Yeah.
already seemed like she's in an aggressive space, so she might not come to the platform in a open minded place at all.
Correct.
She also might be just suffering from her own environment or the environment she grew up in. Like she might think this is cute or this is how you supposed to parent when your kids acting crazy. You supposed to threaten to kill them or you supposed to pull a gun out on them. Like some people grow up in very, very harsh environments and
Hmm.
they need to just unlearn some of the stuff that they are just just learned from all of these years. So
Yeah.
um
Like
I really do hope that they can get that together. Their family definitely deserves some type of healing because it
Yeah.
don't seem like it's working out. It seems like it's just piling on, like y'all said. Because if you did this with your oldest kid, your second oldest, and then your youngest kid, like that's very, very traumatizing. So
And
I
I
wouldn't
feel
be
like
surprised if
once
they
you
cut her off
become
soon.
that part. And once you become like in this social media light, like her son is obviously famous. They've probably been dealing with this for a long time, but now she feels like she got like this motivation for real to like show
Hmm.
off for the internet. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't the one to be played with. I'm not the parent to be played with. But it's like in all actuality, you look crazy. You look
yeah,
absolutely insane. And I'm really tired of like our black community and black parents and black people just in general being highlighted in such a negative light. Like, I really want y'all to
right.
go get some help. I really want y'all to sit down and talk to each other and work out whatever it is that y'all got going on and fight your own demons separately first
Hmm.
and then try to come back together, because now that y'all do have this platform, I feel like y'all need to be displaying a lot better behavior than the behavior that y'all are displaying.
It's being displayed, and everything is not for the internet. Y'all did not have to upload that video. Y'all did not have to show us y'all text thread, y'all family text thread, or none of
Nothing.
that stuff. Like, show us some y'all graduating, or y'all reaching new heights, or y'all doing things that y'all really want,
They
buying
could have
houses
showed
that
her
y'all
being
want.
in the mental institution getting help, working on herself.
You're right. Like, let's start trying to highlight the positive in our
That's
community.
part
Like,
of the healing though, Key. Like,
I know that is a lot of people's job to like focus in on the negatives, but um, just to put a positive to this, like mental health is real. Like,
yeah.
we really need to pay attention to the signs. Like, and even if you don't feel like you personally have a mental health issue, that just might be you being insecure about it. Like, the mom
Yeah.
might also suffer from a little mental health, like,
You
or
just in
some
the
type of
now.
trauma she didn't deal with. So,
Mhm.
like, let's just say that mental health is important. Get the help, get your kids the help. Do not think as a black community you are crazy if you're going through mental issues. Don't think it's a negative thing. Like, everybody deals with mental health,
Yeah.
whether they want to show it
At
publicly
some
or
level.
not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, that's enough with Polo G and his shenanigans.
he
Yeah.
he like, I ain't even got nothing to do with this. This is my mom and my sister.
The mom and the sister, we're done with them. This one kind of really made me sad. Remy Ma's son is facing some crazy, crazy charges. He is facing first degree murder,
Mhm.
along with his friend who is facing first and second degree murder. They are 23 and 22 years old. I just feel like Remy Ma worked her behind off to like create this life for her kids to not go down the same path that she went down. And did y'all know why Remy Ma went to jail in the first place?
Yeah.
You want to do the honors? Like,
I was about to say, do you really, Kiana?
She left her son over a stack. Like,
No, girl. She shot somebody. She shot one of her friends that was stealing money from her. So I feel like her going to jail for that is
they
also
said the
really
gun don't
not like.
fall too far from the tree.
that's what I'm saying, Shan.
But no. The son actually, it was a higher murder. So I think they got hired to kill somebody. They didn't even have no
Mm.
attachments to the person that they killed. They just got hired to kill a person. But I
That's
just feel like
that's
it's so sad because you didn't have to do that. Like your mom
Y'all
runs
gotta
a
stop taking
whole.
these black parents out their household. These kids need their parents. But also, Remy, you shouldn't have shot your friend over her stealing. Like,
I'm
that's a
shooting
bit much.
y'all for a fact.
Like,
You
you
I
you're
feel
shooting
like
shooting your friend for
I
still
feel like you're not my friend if I gotta shoot you. If I can't come to you and be like, girl, why you stealing from me? Like, and we
It
have a
just depends on
conversation
the
about
level
it.
of stealing. It depends on the level of stealing you was doing. It depends on how much you stole. It
I'm
Yeah,
depends on
like
all
sorry,
of it.
we might can rumble, but I don't know if I'm gonna kill you over you stealing. Like,
kill
I
you.
feel like
She
taking
didn't kill her
somebody's
though.
life
She just
is
shot her.
so like
You
is
shot
a
her.
lot. But that's you're still attempting. Like, if you
Yeah,
shoot somebody, you know it's a possibility that they can die. Like,
Yeah,
so I'm not in the business of taking people's lives, and I don't
yeah.
condone that. So
She said, I'm
I
not in
feel
this.
like for real, and I don't condone people taking people's lives. Like, you're not God. How are you trying to dictate how long this person can be on Earth?
No, yeah,
Like,
you're right. I'm just playing. I probably would never shoot my friend.
no,
But it
I
just
know.
depends. It just depends
So do
on
I.
it just depends on the atmosphere of Remy too. Like, she's from New York. That probably was their go-to thing. Like they probably only resulted in gun violence. And I'm not giving it as an excuse, but I mean people gonna do what they used to.
Mhm.
And that she might not been the fighting type. She might have been the one that just picked
Right.
up a gun and shot a nigga. But no, her son having to go through that, she was guided to not say anything to the public for real about the situation under the lawyer's instruction. So I guess we're gonna see what happens. It seems like they got pretty hefty evidence. So I
yeah,
don't know what's in the books for him, but I'm gonna say a little prayer for him because I feel like he's so young and eventually
Right.
he's gonna realize that he definitely made the wrong decision. And I'm just tired of seeing our black boys go to jail. So I really, really hope and pray
Right.
and
that he gets.
two of the people who actually lost their family. Like that's, I'm sure. Like
Hmm.
whatever it might have been something big to do all that, but I feel like nobody deserves to lose their life. Like,
Yeah.
that's not it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And not even putting the blame on Remy because, like, just from watching her show, I don't know, she could be a complete different person, but from the perspective of her show, like, she really was trying to get her son together. Like, she
Mm-hmm.
was trying to put him on a path where you're getting money outside of doing violent stuff. Like,
Right.
you're at a different level now. Like, you still want to work for the money that you're about to get from me, but I'm not going to make you resort to the streets. Like, I
Right.
Yeah.
feel like she was putting him in positions where he was able to gain money in other ways and from the muscle,
Yeah.
but he just felt like it was easier to do it that way. So we
Yeah.
can't always put the blame on all the parents because you can
Right.
parent up until you can't no more. So,
Exactly. I was just about to say that, like, you're not the only influence on your child. There's
mm-hmm,
so many other factors that are influencing children nowadays. And it seems like other things have more of a hold on the children than the actual parents
right,
do. So I mean, if you are a parent in this day and age, we see you, we see what you're doing. I don't want this to be a bashing session on the parents. I do feel like we could do more as far as maybe, I don't know, intervening in a different way. But I do think that there are parents that try and try and try and try.
right,
And once your kid is wrapped up in something, they kind of gotta learn their own way. So I'm praying
mm-hmm,
that, the best can come out of this situation. He can learn his lesson and maybe not have to throw his entire life, rest of his life down the drain, and be
right.
able to see, the beauty and living a good life, and not having a result in it kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and to
we'll
the
see
news
that.
Mm-hmm.
outlets, y'all dead wrong for playing Remy Ma music video. They
Yes.
with it
they
like
they gonna play the
dead
music
wrong.
video. She,
That was
you
shout
know
out.
what? But I wanted to touch on one more thing about parents. Like, if you are a parent, and let's just say you're a single mom, or you're just a mom who just cannot figure it out with your son or your daughter, start relying on your supports. Like, rely on your
Yeah.
community, or rely on your church, or your support systems. Your, like, other people. Don't think that you're alone in parenting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't be that stubborn to the point where you like, okay, I'm gonna just let my kid go because I no longer could do it. Start
Yeah.
picking up the phone and asking somebody else, what should
Looking
I
for
do? Or
resources.
can you come help
Mm-hmm.
me? Like,
And don't
so
wait
Yeah.
till it's too far gone. Because when it's too far
yeah,
gone, it's hard to bring them back. Like if you see it at a very young age, like sometimes when they get around 7, 8, you could kind of see like start to get somebody on that phone and be like, yo, come pick up your nephew for the week.
mm,
Yeah.
G
And there's so many resources out here that I think that parents don't take advantage of. Cause let's be real, being able to keep your child occupied costs money. And a lot of times that's
mm-hmm,
one of the things that, we lack in the Black community. And I feel like there's so many resources out here that will mentor young boys and girls, that will allow them to be a part of some kind of extracurricular that is little to no money. There are people out here doing the work. You just have to find them, and connect with these people and be able to
yeah,
just, use them to your advantage, and get your kids in a place that they need to be. Like, for instance, Karan, who we had on here, like, he supports all of the youth at Baltimore. I'm not sure if there's a cost to his program or not, but he's definitely a resource that, people could take advantage of, that could,
mm-hmm,
keep their kids off the street and keep them occupied in something, and he can relate to them. Kids just want something that's relatable. They don't want
yeah,
somebody talking down to them. Like teachers, that's why they can't really connect with them sometimes, because you went to college, you did this, you did that, you came from a good family, two family household, and now you trying to tell me how to deal with the traumas that I have at home. We can't really connect. There are teachers who are the complete opposite, who can connect with them, and I feel like they create a very good bond, but it's only so far that that can go. Once they are no longer at that school, or once they are no longer in that grade, it's like, okay, now what? So I feel like the parents definitely have to look out for some of the resources that may be inexpensive or
and
no
look out
money at
for each
all.
other. Like, if you find a resource, do not gatekeep. Let your friends,
Yes.
parents, I mean your kids' friends' parents know. Like, okay, I ain't doing
Mhm.
this. Like, try to sign up for this, or I heard about this. Maybe your kid will like this. I know
yeah.
Black people used to send their kid down south when they used to start acting up, but I don't even know if that worked anymore. Like,
Send them to the country to their grandparents.
yeah,
Okay.
like, so that's that on that, y'all. We gotta stay out of people's business. I don't think we going to, but For the night, we could say I did
For the
it.
night, for the night. But what's y'all show of the week?
Oh, show of the
Mm,
week.
what was I
My
watching?
show of the week is. I keep telling y'all the same shows. I'm gonna do y'all a new show. My new show of the week is Presumed Innocent. That show is very, very good. If you had Apple TV, check that out. It's about this guy who's married. He's a lawyer, and his colleague passes away, but he was having an affair with the colleague, and now they think that he was the one who killed her.
Mm,
So try to get into that. That's a really good show.
Mine is
It's
Ghost.
it has so many cliffhangers. So check it out.
Mine is Ghost. I finally watched the first episode and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, this is crazy. So that's my show of the week. I was supposed to double down and watch both, but I started kind of late. So I'm gonna watch the second one tonight. I'm also still watching The Ultimatum. And you're not gonna believe this. I started the first episode of Game of Thrones last night.
Nice.
hey.
So we're gonna see what that's giving. My man clearly loved the show because when he put it on, he like, oh my god, I can't wait till certain parts to happen so you can see it. And I'm like, oh, this is your shit, huh? So we watching that together. So I
Yeah,
probably won't be able to
that's
get too
good.
far along because we have to watch it together. But yeah, we started that last night. I'm gonna watch Power tonight while he's at work, and then we'll probably watch an episode of Game of Thrones when he comes home. But yeah, that's my
Check
shows
it
of the week.
out.
My show of the week is Love Island. That's what I've been watching by myself. It's a like dating show with people in the UK and the US, and I just caught up on it because they now put it on Peacock. And then also Game of Thrones. Me and my man, we've been chilling. Like
Binging
now
it.
that I work, so we've been really into Game of Thrones. And side note, we watched Inside Out. Did y'all see that movie Inside Out? Not the new one,
I
but
seen the first one, but I gotta see the second one.
I never
we
seen that.
watched Inside Out yesterday. It was so good. My man actually had a little tearful moment because like
Is
Wait,
it's
did
that
y'all watch the
scary?
first one or the second one?
the
No,
first
no, it's a cartoon.
it's a cartoon.
Oh,
It's all
Yeah,
about
yeah.
your emotions, but it even really
oh,
Mhm.
okay.
hindsight of like when you're in different moods, like of like think about who's in control right now and how you can get the other person in control. But yeah, it was
Oh,
really
that's
good.
the second one that just came out, right? Because I think
Yeah.
I seen
Oh, so
the previews.
we didn't watch the second one. The first one is on Netflix.
Right.
The-
No, I'm saying like that's related to the one that just came out.
right, and we're gonna go see
Okay.
that. So hopefully that's my news.
Okay.
Yes. Shout out to y'all shows of the week. I'm going to definitely check out Love Island when I get a chance. That's going to be on my watch list. And
Yeah.
Ash, I gotta catch up with Ghost because I haven't seen the past two episodes, so I had two episodes to watch tonight because I know the Friday dropped today. So I gotta see
Yep.
that one and the one from last
I'm gonna
week.
watch my two today. I'm
Yes.
excited. I can't wait. But I'm happy that I'm making like the podcast has really made me make time to watch shows because I know that I'm gonna have to say what's my show of the week.
Right.
Figure your
And
show
so I'm
out.
like, okay, I have to sit down and at least watch one episode or something. So shout out to the pod for helping me put TV back into my little routine because I was not
Yes.
watching TV and I could not understand how y'all was watching these damn shows because I wasn't watching nothing. Okay. I was not watching TV. So now that I'm back in the groove of watching a couple of shows, I'm excited to see what everybody been looking at for these past couple months that I have been missing out on. Yeah, that's it. But
Yes.
thank
Thank y'all
y'all
for tuning
for
in this
tuning
week.
in.
We'll see
We'll
y'all
see
next
y'all
time.
next week. And shout out to us. Happy
Bye.
birthday again
Shout
to
out to
me
the
and Kiana.
cancers.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.